Yo, who that? Who that? What's happening? I see somebody popping their head in. Morning to you on the East Coast. Good night to you on the West Coast. So glad that anybody and everybody that can be tuning in and joining me this early morning and keep me up, because this is gonna be a long one. I'm gonna ride this thing out till I hit that goal. Get that paper, you know what I'm talking about? Now, how do I pull up my chat? Yeah. Hello? 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 Me a really good feeling all day long. Shout out to everybody this morning. Shout out to you, whoever you may be tuning in. On and on. Your love is a one in a million. On and on and on. What's it gonna be? Um, 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 What's it gonna be? Um, um, what's it gonna be? Ooh, ooh, yeah. More than friends. Don't let go. Don't let go. You'll be I have a pickup for Uber Eats. Uber Eats pickup. 1 second. Tio and Robert H. Yep. And Robert. I'm tired of doing it. Oh, let go. Have the right to lose control. Oh, girl, I got to pee.
All right, guys. Since today we're talking about L's and W's,
What's
the Biden
happening?
administration picked up at least a temporary L. It picked up a temporary W here, just a day or two after OSHA announced what rules would be for Biden's vaccine mandate. Now, immediately, states like Texas and Florida said that they sue, right? We are suing, okay, because this is unconstitutional, right? Remember, these states actually have um, laws in place that prevent this. We're saying, listen, you don't can't require this type of mandate to work for people, right? So obviously there will be an issue that is widely with their rule, right? That this is going to end up in a legal battle, which I can find very fascinating. Then you also have like
All right.
It's gonna be we don't know.
I'm picking up Ubi's.
What's next?
T.O. Nico and Robert H.
Huh?
T.O. Nico, Robert H. Yeah.
In federal appeals court on Saturday, temporarily authorized vaccine requirements with or occurs. The U.S. Court of Appeals granted emergency of the requirement by Louisiana Attorney General Boundary failed to actually stop the
I like your hat.
Thank you.
OSHA has the authority to act quickly in emergency where the agency finds that multiple subjects with grave danger and standards necessary to protect the public. The word grave danger, right? That sounds like a little bit of an over exaggeration, right? I'm not saying there's not danger. Obviously, there is. Such circuit decisions normally apply to states in the district, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas in this case. But Laundry said the language employed by the judges gave the decision.
Head west on Bergen Street or Frank E. Rogers Boulevard South. Then turn left onto Frank E. Rogers Boulevard South.
This is a great victory for the American people out there. Struggles before I asked for the government tried in such a way to get between the choices of American citizens and their doctor. To me, that's the heart of our stand. At least 27 states filed lawsuits challenging the rules and several circuits, some of which were made on the surface by the appointment of former Republican President Donald Trump. The Biden administration has been experiencing widespread vaccination as pandemic that has claimed more than 750,000 lives in the United States. The administration said it was confident that the requirement will be
Take the next left onto Frank E. Rogers Boulevard South.
and
In a quarter mile, continue straight to stay on Frank E. Rogers Boulevard South.
unelected judges that have
Continue straight to stay on Frank E. Rogers Boulevard South. Then continue straight to stay on Frank E. Rogers Boulevard South. Continue straight to stay on Frank E. Rogers Boulevard South. Then turn left onto Cape May Street.
I wonder would stay down. Feel like, oh yeah,
Take the next left onto Cape May Street.
right. But it is
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Cape Boulevard.
It might be temporary. However, I mean, state better than nothing. It shows that the state and our elected representatives are doing what we elected. Right? I think there's like a coalition of four other states that are part of this now. Louisiana, South Carolina, and in total, um, there's about 26 states, so basically half of the union that has come out against it, right? So, um, this is going to set up again a pretty interesting legal battle here regarding Biden's projected authority and his ability to implement these type of mandates to a government institution like OSHA. So, my opinion is this: again, this legal battle is obviously going to play out over a long period of time. But for the life of me, I don't understand, like, at this point, why is this administration? I don't understand how is it that we're out of the that's right? But yet, turn right on the Boulevard, then turn right on the Cape Bay Street. I would want as many people to be incentivized to work as possible, and I'll also probably stop fear mongering about the virus. Right? That's probably what I would. Take the next right on the Cape Bay Street. Then your destination will be on the right. But likely, I don't understand why the Biden administration is moving forward with something like that. I really don't. All I know is that this is going to be an interesting battle in how your destination is on the right. Or how much power the federal government is going to be able to keep from this pandemic, because this government, guys, has essentially expanded exponentially under the pandemic, right? In the name of public safety and health, right? We've seen that when it comes to things like the eviction moratorium, that Biden basically tried to overstep, right? So the Supreme Court strikes it down again. Okay? So these guys, the Biden administration, they're full of success. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if something like this was much as they're trying to crash this issue. Who knows? Maybe Biden might pull the same trick and just say, you know what? We don't care what the court says. We're just going to do it. Right? Hopefully, that's not the case. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, Both went broke. That's the subject of tonight's Waters Words. Here's what happened to the Democratic Party this week. Americans are fed up with the Democrats who won't stand by while liberals destroy the country. So give yourselves a round of applause. Here's what the red wave looks like. Virginia went red just a year after Biden won by 10. The Republican nearly toppled the New Jersey governor, a state Biden won by 16. A rare red wave hit Long Island, too. And Minneapolis voted against this.
P&G Home Remodeling may be closed. Head west on Crucible Drive to South 5th Street, then turn right onto South 5th Street. Turn right onto South 5th Street. In 400 feet, turn right onto Frank E. Rogers Boulevard South. Take the next right onto Frank E. Rogers Boulevard South, then continue straight to stay on Frank E. Rogers Boulevard South.
Seattle, remember Chop or Chaz, whatever it was called? They beat the pants off the radical left DA there. And to write in, beat those socialists in Buffalo. Common sense and a very big.
Continue straight to stay on Frank E. Rogers Boulevard South. Continue for 1.5 miles.
Wow, so there's one thing Kamala and I agree on. Let's check in with her boss.
We're going to win. I think we're going to win in Virginia.
Like most things, Biden didn't see it coming. On the day of the reckoning, a reporter asked Joe Biden if he took any responsibility for Democrats getting shellacked. Joe said, no, the country is just confused.
I just think people are at a point in understand where there's a whole lot of confusion.
We're not confused. The American people aren't stupid. We know exactly what's going on, and we don't like it. Biden's agenda isn't our agenda. We want lower prices, cheaper gas, stronger borders. But Biden keeps serving us vax mandates in places to plug in our electric cars. We don't even drive electric cars. Here was the key in Virginia. The left started a critical race theory culture war, and they lost. Look what Terry McAuliffe ran on.
I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach.
Youngkin ran against racism in the classroom. He actually listened to parents. But Terry listened to the teachers union and called parents racist domestic terrorists. And after he lost, most of the media wouldn't even admit why.
Critical race theory is not taught in Virginia schools. It's not a big deal. Critical race theory, which isn't real.
Critical race theory was a lie. Youngkin jumped on board with the right's new freakout over something called critical race theory, a thing they can't define and that isn't taught in K-12 schools anyway.
Like an alcoholic, they're in denial. The first step is admitting you guys have a problem. The media can't do that here because CRT says whites are born racist. Whites are still oppressing blacks, and whites are only successful because of white supremacy. Did you see Rachel Maddow look into the camera and tell her audience she's a racist? Maddow would have to confess she got a TV show because of white supremacy. She'd have to apologize to Joy Reid for oppressing her. Because that's the key to CRT. It's garbage, but the left-wing media can't stand up to the far left, so they don't say CRT doesn't exist. Not only doesn't CRT exist, they say, but speaking out against something that doesn't exist is racist.
Youngkin played the race card for a reason because he knows it works on certain white voters.
Racism raised its ugly head, and the Republican candidate used it very aptly.
Some of it was dog whistle racism, 1,000%. It was not a dog whistle, it was a bull.
Only a fool would say Virginia rejecting racism in schools is racist. This is the state that voted for Barack Obama twice. Youngkin won 55% of the Hispanic vote, 60% of the white vote. He doubled Donald Trump's numbers with black females. That's what the left calls a rainbow coalition. The numbers don't lie, but the media does. Americans are sick and tired of the left calling them racist, calling their kids racist,
calling the country racist. Martin Luther King would have opposed critical race theory. Listen.
Because I have a dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
The left has turned MLK upside down. He wanted a colorblind society, but all the left wants to see is color. So-called racist Virginia citizens elected the first statewide black female office holder, Lieutenant Governor-elect Winsome Sears. Listen.
There are some who want to divide us, and we must not let that happen. They would like us to believe we are back in 1963. We can live where we want. We can eat where we want. We own the water fountains. Here I am living proof.
The American people are rejecting the race card, and Democrats are scrambling. They don't have any other card to play. They can't play the Trump card, can't play Russia, Russia, Russia. COVID's fading. And so now they have to run on the issues. And not surprisingly, they're getting clobbered. Some Democrats are trying to warn them, you go woke, you're going to go broke.
Democrats are going to have to come face to face with this issue of wokeism. It's just stupid woke. Just defund the police. Lunacy to take Abraham Lincoln's name off of schools. I mean, that people see that. Some of these people need to go to a woke detox center.
I think that Democrats are coming across in ways that we don't recognize, that are annoying and offensive and seem out of touch in ways that I don't think show up in our feeds when we're looking at our kind of echo chamber.
So the Democratic Party is at a crossroads right now. Do they die on the woke hill or retreat to fight another day? We're seeing the same kind of split in Congress. Watch.
In 800 feet, your destination will be on the left.
Yeah.
This is not a center left or a left country. We are a center, if anything, a little center right country.
I think that the results show the limits of trying to run a fully 100% super moderated campaign.
So facing a rebuke from voters and watching the red wave form, do they listen to voters and pump the brakes on Biden's trillions, or do they swing for the left field fence knowing they're going to get pancaked next November anyway? So the Democrats are divided in the media and in Congress. And after making our lives more expensive, more dangerous, more divisive, and starting a
Your destination is on the left.
This is only the beginning.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Health officials across the country have put us in a strong position in this pandemic. Right now, cases, hospitalizations, and deaths are once again trending down, and vaccination is continuing to go up. Nearly 80% of people aged 12 and older have gotten their first dose of COVID-19 vaccine. Nearly 70% have been fully vaccinated. And inequities in vaccination numbers have been narrowing. We are also already seeing how requirements for vaccines or testing, like President Biden has called for, and which a clear majority of Americans support, can bring vaccination rates even higher. As of last month, vaccine requirements have increased vaccination rates by over 20%. United Airlines has seen their vaccination rate raised over 50%.
Head southwest on Kearney Avenue before Wilson Avenue.
Tyson Foods went from less than half of its workers vaccinated to over 96%. In my home state of Washington, 15 and 16 of our state's workers have already complied with the Governor Inslee's vaccine requirements. And across the country, healthcare facilities, universities, and other employers are seeing similar results. And I expect that progress to continue now that the Department of Labor has put booster shots, with 3 different booster shots authorized and over 13 million already administered. And on shots for children younger than 12, the FDA authorized vaccines for children ages 5 to 11 last week, and the CDC issuing its decision on this recently. But even with all the progress we've made so far, we must not take our foot off the gas. Last winter, we saw this virus push our hospitals to the brink. We saw it infect and kill hundreds of thousands of people, including essential workers and healthcare workers. And we know it led to burnout, among so many more. Vaccines are one of our best tools for making sure that does not happen again, making sure we build back from this pandemic stronger and fairer. In fact, as the White House noted in its report on vaccination requirements, an outside economic analysis found that increasing vaccination and reaching near full vaccination in workplaces could encourage millions of people to return to the workforce. Tests also continue to serve a critical role in stopping spread by informing our ongoing response, which is why we need to plan to scale up testing even more. And in a larger sense, we must learn the lessons of this pandemic, not only so we can prepare for the winter ahead, but so we can finally bring an end to this pandemic and be better. Facilitate the development of new treatments and tests and vaccines